Hey, what's up everyone out there? Thanks so much for tuning in to another addicted fishing tutorial. Today what we're doing is we're out on the local lake. We're gonna do some trolling for some trout, but I wanted to show you guys how to use these Brad's little wigglers and wee wigglers for just flatlining and weighting these things down. There's a lot of trout that got stalked in these lakes, and these little wigglers and wee wigglers crush them if you fish them effectively. So we're gonna show you guys how to do that today, so stay tuned, it's coming up next. Before we kick this video off, if you guys can do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. If we can get this video to 3,000 likes, I'm gonna randomly select someone from the comments to send a couple of these little wigglers and wee wigglers to. So smash that thumbs up, let's get it there, and thanks for the support as always. We appreciate you guys. We're gonna dive right in here. So basically, these are the wigglers. We got the little wiggler, and we got the wee wiggler. And you can see in size comparison, the wee's just a little bit bigger than the little. They both work really, really good for trout. So we're gonna dive right in now and show you guys. We're gonna go from the rod, reel, line, all the way to the plugs, and then show you guys how to catch them. And hopefully we can catch one out here today with you. So stay tuned. All right, so starting with the rod and reel, I'm gonna use today, this is an Okuma Kokanee Black. This is a Kokanee rod, but it works really, really good for trolling trout. It's basically a 4 to 8 pound, super nice rod by Okuma, and then I put a low pro line counter reel on here. Now the reason I'm going with this setup today is I just like to be able to control where my plugs are at and know exactly where they are behind the boat, but you don't have to use a setup like this. You can get away with just using a standard spinning rod and spinning reel. Anything that you have is gonna work, but if you're looking for a nice trolling rod, these Okuma Blacks are money. So I got braided line on here. I like the braid just because when you're trolling, it cuts through that line, it cuts through the water column a lot easier. There's not as much drag on the line, so that's why I like to use a braid. But you can, again, if you don't have braid, don't use it. But if you're looking for a nice trolling setup, put some tough line on there, some tough line braid. It's gonna be good in the long run for trolling. After that, what we've done here is it's super, super simple. Well, all I use is a 3-way swivel. And the reason I use this is it allows me to attach a dropper line or a dropper weight to the plug. So we're gonna show you flatlining them first. So basically just trolling them right behind the boat. You can flatline them out, send them behind the boat, and I'll show you exactly what that is here in a second. We're gonna show you how to do that, but then we're also gonna show you what you can do to add weight to the setup to get your stuff down there a little bit, just in case the trout are a little bit deeper. So let's go here and just get this 3-way swivel on here. And I just use a basic fisherman's knot, just a knot I've used forever. So we're gonna tie this on here real quick. Okay, so I got that tied in here. Now we're gonna cut this tag end off. It's gonna just fall on the bottom of my boat, and I'll clean that up later. Okay, so after you get your 3-way tied on there, we're gonna get some line here. I like to use fluorocarbon. You can use monofilament, whatever you wanna do. I'm just gonna pull, basically I like an arm's length. So I do about that far, and then I'm gonna take my Gerber scissors here, chopper. And so what you have is you have your 3-way, so you're gonna tie your braided line or your line coming off your rod to one end, and then you have your other 3-way swivel end there. You're gonna roll that fluorocarbon through that, and then that third dropper, that third part of the swivel that you see, that's gonna be for your weight. If you need one. We might not need one here, so we're gonna see. Okay, so the cool thing about this setup and fishing these plugs out here, the takedowns are amazing, but the other thing is just really simple. You got your 3-way swivel back to your main line, to your fluorocarbon, and then we're tying the brads on. It's got this little just loop eyelet here. You're just gonna put your fluorocarbon right through that loop and tie her on there. Okay, so we got that tied on. Now show the wiggler here. So you can see they float. They float, and they float really well. So what's gonna happen is this thing, as it travels along, is gonna start diving, and look at that wiggling action. Now we may have to tune it. I haven't tuned this one, and I'll show you what that means here in a second, but it doesn't look like we're gonna have to. Nope, that thing's running true. So basically what happens is, if you pull that thing through the water and it wants to like kick one way or kick the other way, you gotta adjust the ring on the front to adjust the wiggler so it actually is diving straight. But this one looks like it's diving pretty good. Oh yeah, look at that. So you can see how that little just crazy erratic action could really entice some fish. So now we're gonna show you guys exactly what to do when you're trolling this. I'm gonna tie up another rod so we can run two poles out here just to increase our chances. Okay everyone, so I rigged this other setup on a spinning rod just so I could show you that it could be done just as easy, but I'm gonna show you the benefits of a line counter. So with the spinning rod, basically all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cast this thing out there and kind of guess how far out. Oh, we had a little jumper behind us. Kind of guess how far out it is behind the boat. But with the line counter, you can actually use the line counter to know exactly how far you send it behind the boat. We're gonna put that out there just a little here and then let her start wiggling. Look at that, look at that rod action. And so I'm typically, when I'm trolling out here, I typically have my Minn Kota at about 2, sometimes 1, depending on the wind, depending on the direction you're going, but anywhere between 1 and 3. Usually if you're going faster than that, it's too quick. It's way too quick. So now with this setup, what's so awesome about the line counter is I can actually put this thing out, and as you can see, I'm sending it back behind the boat, and I'm gonna know exactly how far I am. And I usually like to put these about 40 feet behind the boat, 40 to 50 feet. If you're not getting bit, what you can do is keep increasing that, sending it out even farther, because it may be that you're just too close to the fish. Sometimes they may be right at the back of your boat, and if you don't have it, especially when you're flatlining, if you don't have it far enough back, they're not gonna bite it. So I like to put mine about 40 feet, usually 50 feet behind the boat. Let's put these back here, and then let's try to catch a fish, boys and girls. Oh, there he is. Oh, he came off. He was on the little wiggler. He came off. Dang it. We lost him. We lost him. That was a terrible, like, grab and hook set on my part, so we're gonna go back there a little farther too, because that was closer than I realized. So I'm gonna send it back to 50 now. Let her keep swimming. That was on the orange little wiggler. Ooh, jumper. There he is, Sean. There he is. Oh my gosh, they're not sticking. So far the little wiggler's doing better than the wee wiggler. But it could just be a size thing, you know. I'm noticing a lot of these trout that are jumping in here are fairly small. But that's 2 good takedowns on the little wiggler. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. These baits, when they're just down there in the zone, in the fish, they're really hard for these fish to resist them. What I'm gonna do, just knowing that I hooked a couple fish in there, is I'm just gonna do a wide swing and just troll right back through that zone. There you go. I think he just came off. Damn, that was a nice fish too. What in the world, dude? Dang it, guys. I need to sharpen my hooks or something. Oh yeah, we got him, Sean. We got him. On the little. Oh, don't jump. Don't jump. Just reel him in nice and slow and steady, guys. Don't try to like horse him in. Oh, he's a little guy. He's a little. Oh, he's freaking out. Okay, so there you have it. We got quite a few bites just trolling those things flatlined. We actually landed a nice one. I really wish I would have got this one on the wee wiggler, because that was a solid takedown. It felt like a little bit bigger of a fish, but now I'm gonna show you what to do if, say you're not able to get him flatlined. You can't get bites flatlining him. I'm gonna show you how you can attach a weight to this 3-way swivel and get your plug down in the water column a little bit deeper. All right, so I got my little box of goodies here. I like to keep a nice box of just all my little hardware and random things that I may use, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna take what's called a duo snap. And what this thing is right here is it has an opening here, and then you can also bend it off and open it there on the other side. So let me show you what I do here. Close this box up. Okay, so on your 3-way swivel, the third section that you didn't attach anything to, what you're gonna do is after you've opened up both sides of this duo snap, you're going to clip her onto the three-way swivel like so, and then rotate it around like that. And then you're gonna close up that end, and now you have somewhere to attach your weight. Now I don't do a dropper. I would only do a leader dropper if I was gonna be fishing the bottom. So if I knew I was gonna be dropping down and like going all the way to the bottom, then I would attach a dropper to this. But since I know that a lot of these fish are right on the surface, I just saw one jump right there, I'm not gonna do any dropper line. I'm just gonna clip my weight directly to this duo snap coming off the three-way. So let's grab a weight here. Okay, these are Dave's Tangle Free weights. I like these Dave's Tangle Free because they come with the swivel on the end that you can just clip right onto the duo snap. Now that basically since I know these fish aren't super deep, I'm not gonna use a ton of weight. So I'm just gonna go with, I think these are 1/2 ounces. You just clip it on just like that, take the round end, clip her on there. And then you close it, and that's it. So as you can see, you got your weight hanging off there now, down to your leader, and that's gonna help your setup get down in the water a little bit. Okay, so let's put this stuff away now and get back on the troll and go see if we can get one. So just like you would when you're flatlining it, you're just gonna start letting some back, but you're not gonna wanna put as much back. You're not gonna wanna go 40, 50, 60 feet behind the boat because this thing's gonna be dropping. As you can see, it's sinking down in there. So I'm not gonna put it very far. I think I'm gonna go 20, 30 feet and just let it ride on that zone and see what happens. And then you just keep adjusting. What you do is you keep switching out your weights, switching out how long you put your leader out or your line out, and that's gonna adjust the up and down of the depth of the plug. And so like I said, I'm just gonna go to 20 and just, for now, run 20 and see what that does. Okay, so we've trolled about halfway across the lake now, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let some more line out. I haven't gotten bit yet. Maybe the fish are a little deeper. So I'm gonna let a few more feet out, get it back there behind the boat a little farther as well. That's the thing too, every time you let line out, not only are you getting it deeper, but you're getting it back there behind the boat a little farther. Sometimes I swear, especially with these clear lakes, you want that thing really far behind the boat or else the fish don't even, they're just too scared because your boat's going right over the top of them and then the plug comes right behind them. I think the fish spread apart, and before your plug comes back in, the fish haven't kind of moved back into the zone. Just hit it at the boat. Did you see that? Oh my God, he hit it at the boat, Sean. All right, guys, so I do not think we're gonna get these fish with these weights, and here's why. I was just reeling in to change, I was gonna change my weight out and just show you guys how easy it was to change the weight out. I think a lot of these fish are just right on the surface of the water because as I was reeling in, this fish came out of nowhere and crushed my wiggler. Crushed my little wiggler. Right at the boat. Literally right at the boat. Pretty freaking cool. All right, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in and joining us on this. I hope you guys learned a lot. So there you have it. I mean, it's the Brad's Little Wiggler and the Brad's Wee Wiggler. They're deadly out here for these trout. I would definitely go with the Little Wiggler if you're fishing lakes that have like smaller stock trout, but if you're looking for big brooders, use the Wee Wiggler. And all you subscribers out there, do me a huge solid. Go down here, there's a little bell. Click that bell and turn on all notifications. We have some awesome videos coming that we don't want you guys to miss. We'll see you on the river.